Hi guys! We are live after a little bit of some issues with my internet. Of course, the time I decide to start going live is the time that everything just starts to go a little crazy. None of my devices were connecting, but we're here now, and that's all that matters, right? Right. So I'm going to tweet this out, and maybe Nissa will. Yep, there's Nissa for you. And of course, right now it's just me talking to myself. Thank you, kitty. Okay, so we are live. Let's see if I can get the chat up so I can actually see what's going on in chat right now. Okay, I think we've got everything kind of going. I don't know. I'm winging it today, guys. Of course, aren't I always winging it? Story of my life. Anyways, okay, so today I want to do Fantomorphia, but Fantomorphia. Golly Jesus, like I haven't been doing this for how many years. Today, I'm going to be doing Fantomorphia by Kerby Rosanes, and I want to use my Tombow markers. Why? I don't know, because I can. So this is gonna happen. And I have decided beforehand that I want to do this page right here. So let's see if I can actually, here we go. That'll hold that open right there. Okay, so I pre-pulled these colors because I think this is the base that I want to start from, and then I'll build out my colors from here. Hi, Grace! So mainly I saw all these butterflies and decided that this is what I needed to do. I'm in a very butterfly mood, and I apologize if I sneeze because it maybe wasn't the best idea to decide to get married outside because I've been dealing with allergies hitting me in the face for the last several days. But totally worth it because isn't it pretty? I like it. I like it a lot. Plus, I managed to keep my manicure on for more than a day. So that is new and exciting and something that doesn't normally happen. Okay, so since we have these four, I was going to pull out at least one color to do a gradient with each of these colors. These are all my Tombow, oh, not all my Tombow markers. These are Tombow brush markers. I haven't used them in a while, so I was feeling like I needed to use them. That is why these ones got pulled. Now, here's my Tombow chart. And for the green, we've got 296, which is right here. So probably if I have the mint might be a good one to do. So that's 243, which is this one right here. So I'll do those two together. And then for the purple, I've got 606, which is the violet. So pretty much any of these would be good. If I have the lilac here, I'll do the 620. But I don't know if I've got that pulled for a different coloring book. Nope, I've got it. So we've got the lilac, and so I'll do those two together. For the pink, I've got 815, which is the cherry, which would look good with the regular pink, which is 723. See if I can find that. 772. 23. So that one right there. I'm gonna do those two together. And then I've got this pretty cyan blue, which they call, this, according to them, is turquoise. So either the glacier or the sky blue, which is 49. I think I'm gonna try and go for the glacier. 491. There we go. And do those two together. So I'll just do them in pairs for now. Normally I like to do gradients in triples, but these spaces are so small with these butterflies that I think it would be almost too overwhelming if we had 3 markers that we were working with for one gradient. So I'm going to start out with just 2 colors for each gradient. And so this is, of course, the new Kerby Rosanes book, which means that we're only, let's see if I can even flip the page now. We're only one-sided, which I'm kind of excited about. But yeah, so I'm just gonna, as I normally do with anything, just start picking random spots and coloring in and building it out from there. So how has everybody's weekend been going? Of course, mine was rather exciting. I got married on Friday. We got really, really lucky. The weather was amazing, and then yesterday it snowed and iced, and I felt sorry for anybody who was getting married at my location yesterday because it was not pretty out. And so now we're just kind of chilling, getting some of his stuff moved in, getting ready for a honeymoon. Of course, still hanging out with some family that are still here. They're slowly trying to get out of town with all of the snow and delays right now. But better to be stuck than not being able to come, in my opinion. I'm just so thankful that everybody who could make it made it. 70 degrees. Now it's cold today. Yep, that's exactly what happened here. It was like 75 or something when I got married. And then, like I said, yesterday it dropped down to below freezing. So we had ice pellets and everything else. It was ridiculous. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do random colors in all these tiny spots, and then maybe I'll get the grays out and do some of these bigger spots just so the color pops. And then for this, for the skull, I might do something a little different and something I'm not 100% comfortable with, but I might try and get some of my colored pencils out and try and color it with colored pencils. That's new for me. I am the same way Undersea Booktuber. I need to make more time to color, and with my schedule now suddenly being very open, I'm hoping that is the case, and I can get lots more coloring in now. So I might start doing some stuff off stream, but of course I will always and forever show you guys. And if anyone is ever interested in what I'm doing when I'm not live, it's always on Instagram. Well, this past year I've only been coloring about once a week because in the middle of planning that wedding, I had too many other things to do. But I love to color whenever I'm just sitting in front of the TV. That is something to keep me occupied. And since I don't have to make paper flowers anymore, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to be coloring a lot, because before I got engaged, I was coloring nearly every day. But not so much afterwards. But like I said, I am now officially married, which means more time to color, right? That's why everybody gets married, so they can have more time to color. Those are completely linked things, which is not true. I'm just babbling at this point. Feel free to stop me at any point in time. I will not judge you if you watch this live stream while muted, because sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. Oops, started with the wrong color there. That's fine. I can make it work. We got this. Just a matter of saturating the paper with the colors to get them to blend. You're going to Mexico, Grace? What are you going to be doing down in Mexico? I've actually never been to Mexico. My grandparents go often, but let's see. And Mexico sounds fun. And I feel so disconnected from everything that's been happening online this week because normally I have YouTube videos going in the background with whatever I'm doing, especially at work. But since this whole past week, I've not necessarily been at work, I feel like I've lost track of everybody. So I don't know what everybody's been doing. It's a little disconcerting. So we'll see if I can catch up on all of that. What else can I talk about? There probably is going to be a lot of pictures from my honeymoon. I'm thinking about doing a video a bit. I don't know. I mean, it would probably just be a lot of my pictures because I don't think I'm gonna like film while I'm out there. Because right now it's supposed to be 40s, 50s, and raining. We'll see how that goes, right? But other than that, like I said, I haven't been doing much besides getting married. So I don't have a lot to talk about today. So mostly I'll probably just be sitting here coloring and responding to you guys. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I'm trying to get it so that you can actually see what I'm doing. That's not my light one. Here we go. The tips of the markers look the same almost, so sometimes I should be extra careful of which marker I pick up. Am I even on the screen right now? Here, I'll move up a little bit. I really enjoy using these Tombow markers. I know coloring isn't what they were intended for, and I am fascinated by people who can do calligraphy with these things. It's something I want to learn, but part of me is like, I just don't have the patience for it, sadly. It's not something that comes as naturally to me. So I've never made it a priority. Maybe it's something I'll do this year. I don't know. Maybe. Thank you, Steve. The wedding went beautifully. I'm excited with how well it all turned out and very thankful to not have to think about it anymore. I'm done with the planning. I can now just relax. It's kind of amazing. If you could have the voice of any famous person, living or deceased, whose voice would you want to claim as your own? Oh, whose voice would I want? I've always wanted some kind of British or English accent. I don't know why. Just fascinated by that accent. But out of those, whose accent would whose voice? Whose voice? about that? Because I've got no names coming to my head right now. Huh, that is a great question, though. Whose voice? Oh, a chat. I have thought about picking up something like that for when I go on these streams and I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm just going to sit here and color and hope that people are slightly entertained with my life. Julie Andrews. I think I would want her voice. That would be my pick. It's like I could picture her in my brain. I couldn't for the life of me remember what her name was. I think I'm going to color one more with the blue. And then maybe grab a different color and start disseminating that color around. And then slowly branch out. Is there something you need, little girl? Or are you just going to sit at the top of the stairs and whine at me? I don't think she's thrilled I called her out. Actually, that one was Nissa. I don't know. Nissa has been the clingy one today. Fia, I think, has just found a corner and is sleeping the day away. I feel like there was a different number on each side. I don't know how that worked out that way. Whoops. We'll just roll with it. So I thought my house was a disaster area before this week happened, but now I have boxes and stuff that I need to sort through. Totally not going to happen until I get back. It's like, I'm just going to take it nice and easy. I am done taxing my brain for a little while. Don't judge me. Oh yeah, if you guys had come on right when I started my stream, you would have seen Nissa just walk right across my coloring page because she was sitting on my shoulder when I had started the stream, and then I started talking and she's like, nope, I'm leaving now. I'm like, thanks, Kat. I'm so glad that you enjoy the sound of my voice. So like I said, I feel slightly judged by my cats, but that's what cats are for, to sit there and judge you. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I will not be doing a live stream next weekend, but the weekend after that, I should be here. Yeah? Are you gonna come say hi? Yeah? She's like, I'm not so sure about this. I'm not sure I want to be on camera. Let's start with the green. I don't know if you can hear her right now or not, but she's circling me. Trying to find the best place to launch herself up here. Yeah. You gonna come say hi? Oh yeah. Show everybody your back. Thanks. Can I have my coloring page now? No. You're very helpful. I appreciate it. So that was Nissa. And now you also have your answer. Yes, she does just randomly make her way across my coloring page. Sophia has black spots. I call her my little cow. And Nissa is just pure white. And she has short, stubby legs like the Munchkin cats. So when you see them side by side, it's really easy to tell them apart. It's probably not as easy when you just see parts of their bodies come across my camera. But they've also got very distinctive meows. So I can usually tell who's crying at me. And today it's all Nissa who's needy. I would also sit here and talk to you guys about some books I've been reading, but I've kind of failed on that front as well. Haven't really been reading so much. I do have to decide which books I want to take with me. So if you guys have any recommendations on good ebooks, good cheap ebooks to pick up, I would love your recommendations. Because I think I'm gonna mostly bring ebooks right now, of course for weight reasons. Sometimes they both decide that they need to sit on my lap. And that's when the little kerfuffles happen. And sometimes I have to break up some fights. But most of the time it's pretty chill. And yeah, they seem to alternate who needs the attention, which is good. Because otherwise that could get dangerous. I was also going to color this. There we go. And I have no rhyme or reason to what I am coloring what color right now. I'm just floating all over the place. And as you guys know, that's how I normally color. Sometimes I plan out the color, but I won't plan out what is what color. I just try to balance the colors around. And so at the very beginning, it always looks a little messy. Like I'm just hodgepodging things together, which is pretty accurate. But then it starts coming together. I am thinking about doing one of my color and chapter videos again. I think I have a book that it might work for, but I need to finish reading the book before I make that decision. But I haven't done one of those in a while. I haven't had time to do one of those in a while. Serene is such a beautiful coloring book on its own. I love seeing how people color in that coloring book. I totally, yeah, no, I did that right. Okay. Sometimes when I get to talking, I go into autopilot, and that can get me into trouble. I am very much impressed with people who can do these color streams or these color videos every day, because first of all, just having something to talk about that often for that long, amazing. And then just having the dedication to do that. I know a lot of people are doing Vita, vlog every day of April, which I might have done if I hadn't been getting married this month. But I mean, I did the Christmas, the videos every day for Christmas. And that wipes you out. Oh my goodness. I'm just always impressed by people who can do that. And I was totally going to catch your stream today, Steve. And then I may have gotten a little distracted. Oh, goodness gracious. It is easy for me to do right now. But I will go back and watch it. So that is going to be a thing. Well, it's like you have to like have this constant stream of ideas. And having a set amount of time frame for that makes it a lot easier. But people who can do that every day, all year long, I don't know how they do it. I'd start to go stir crazy, because it'd be like, I don't know what to do right. I mean, even for doing my book videos, there are some times where I'm just not inspired about any of the ideas that I've written down to do in the future. And so I don't even know what to film. And then you get the staple videos in there, and it doesn't feel very inspiring, but you just don't know what else to do. So I have to give props to anybody and everybody who can do that much filming. Am I close enough for you guys to see what I'm doing, or do I need to bring the camera closer? Because I can attempt to move the camera if you guys need it. Because I know in Kerby's books, it's very small stuff. A little bit of green in there. Here we go. Okay, so we got some green laid down. So I'm gonna move to the purple. I can't tell you for the life of me why I chose these 4 colors. I just thought they looked good. Like I said, I'm in that kind of mood right now. No rhyme or reason to anything I'm doing. just that it feels right. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. So this skull reminds me a little bit of the flower one that Kerby did in another one of his books. Can't remember which one, but I enjoyed coloring that one. And I might have used similar colors on that one, which might be why I'm drawn to these colors now that I think about it. Okay, hold on. Gotta get something to drink. My throat is feeling a little parched. Ooh, much better. As I fall off my chair. For the rest of the stream, you will just see this blank page and nothing happening because I have fallen to the floor and I can't get up. You're welcome. It is so windy here right now, guys, that I'm amazed that I still have anything left in my yard. Because we have no wind breaks out here, so the wind just picks up speed and does all kinds of interesting things. I don't know if I told you guys this or not yet, but I got Obsidio the other day. I do plan on reading it. However, it is a big stinking book, so it's probably not going to be one of the books I take with me. But I'm really excited to get into that one. I got my first Page Habit box ever. I won it from Subscription Box Addict. I entered one of her contests and I got that box. It had Unearthed in it. Unearthed, I think it is, by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Haven't read any of their combined works before, but I've heard great things about their Shattered Lights and that whole series. So I'm excited to get into Unearthed, just to get a feel for what that's about. I'm probably going to take Son of Shadows with me on the honeymoon because that's the next book in the Seven Water series. I have read that one before, and I think I remember a good chunk of it, but this reread will definitely let me know whether or not I remember what I think I remember. What I do recall is that it had some of my characters in it again, but they didn't quite make as much of an appearance as I wanted them to. But the thing about the whole Seven Waters series is it follows this whole family line. So it's not necessarily all about the same characters, but that family as they continue to grow out each generation. At least the first 3 books that I read, that was the case. And I think it was originally only supposed to be a trilogy, but then it just kept on going. And so that's why it's got, what is it, 7 books now? I'm looking behind me to check, and then I remembered I had taken all of the books upstairs. So that's very helpful for me to look back there. I am really liking these colors together, guys. So much. Sometimes I am impressed by myself. Which might sound a little conceited, but sometimes you just have to toot your own horn. Because it just makes you feel good about yourself. And I'm all about positivity. So yes, sometimes I give myself compliments. It happens. Sometimes life is just too short to be negative about yourself. But trust me, I do have my moments where I'm like, what are you doing with your life right now, April? Why on earth did you think that's a good idea? Which is why I take these little moments and I'm like, this really worked out. You are kind of amazing. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I have no idea where that tangent came from, but it happened. I maybe apologize a little bit. Okay, so I have a random question for you guys. And I don't know if anybody really has the answer for this, but I figured I'd just put this out into the world. So, we are going to be going on our honeymoon, but we still have some leftover food from the wedding in our refrigerator. Can you freeze cheese? Does anybody know if that is possible? Can you freeze it and then have it thaw out and it still be good? I know that's the most random question ever to ask you guys. But I don't know. I mean, there's some food still left in our refrigerator, and I'm wondering what I can or cannot freeze and what I'm just going to have to find a way to get rid of or not. I mean, it's just slices for crackers. It's just like cheddar and pepper jack cheese. It's just those small cubes. Okay, well then maybe I'll just freeze those. Because I was having a moment this morning. I'm like, there is literally no way we're going to be able to eat all this. But I don't want it to go to waste. Oh, that is such a good idea. I didn't even think about melting them. Make a dip or something. Or grilled cheese sandwiches. It's a good idea. Or mac and cheese. Use them for mac and cheese. You are now my new favoriteest person, Liz. These are the Tombow brush pens. So they're originally used for calligraphy, and I know a lot of people use them in bullet journaling, but I love using brush tips for coloring. So right now I'm just coloring willy-nilly. I do too. This purple right now, this is the 606 in the Tombow colors, which I believe is just called Violet, just straight up Violet. And then the lighter one is the 620, which is the Lilac. I find it weird that Tombow, they have the numbers on the markers, but they don't have the color name. Which is fine because most of the time I'm just looking for the markers by their number. But I don't understand understand why they didn't put the names on them too. Maybe it's a space thing. But it's just not as exciting when you guys ask me, what color are you using? And I'm like, I'm using 606. That sounds like a pretty color. Well, see, it's like, I've looked all over these markers. So we've got the Tombow part, and it's acid-free, 606, and then you've got the skew, and it's made in Vietnam. But that's literally all you've got on these. So the only reason I actually know the color name is because when I was creating my own color chart, I looked up at the Tombow website, and they had the colors attached to them. So that's the only reason I know the actual names and not just the numbers. I've never tried the Cali Art markers. I know those are one of the brands that have been going around ColorTube. But like I said, I haven't been really getting a lot of new markers except for a whole bunch of Copics because I'm weak. And I decided that might as well. And yes, that video will be coming up soon where I show all my new Copic markers in case anybody's interested. 100 markers for 50 bucks. That is a steal. Especially since most of the markers that I enjoy using, like these ones, are over $1 a piece if you break it down, I think. Because what, there was 96 in the set? Yeah, a little over $1. Sometimes I have to tell myself that it's the quality. I'm paying for the quality. But usually if I see that a marker has a brush on it, it goes onto my wish list. Because I just find brush tips amazing. Do they have a brush tip on them? Or are they just a chisel and a bullet tip? I can't remember off the top of my head. Did Anne from A Colorful Life, she just put out a video with doing bubbles in black backgrounds, correct? And I think one of the ones that she pulled out was a Cali Art marker. Or am I just imagining that? Because I'm not so good with a chisel tip. But I mean, I can understand how it would be good for large areas. I'm still not very proficient in doing backgrounds. Most of the time I don't even do backgrounds. I mean, I'll color these things and then I just will leave the background white, or if the coloring book is already black, that's perfect. Yeah, no, I think I watched her video only because I could not get to sleep for the life of me. There was just too much going on in my brain. And I find when I watch her videos, it just relaxes me. And sometimes I fall asleep while watching it. I mean, that's not to say she's boring or anything. It's just she has a very calming voice. Oh, I look forward to seeing your flip throughs then. Hey, Yana. So I'm going to switch to the pink now because my coloring pages would not be complete without a little bit of pink in them. It would not be me. the 815. I think it's cherry. Yeah, okay, so that's why it's a little more red than it is pink. I'm okay with it. And I think it looks good with the other colors, because they're all very highly saturated. I have some of my Tombow markers pulled out for a different coloring page that I'm doing. So I had a limited selection that I pulled these markers from, because I didn't want to ruin the color set I had pulled for the other page. This is why I don't normally do more than one page at once. But I'm trying something new for these streams. So I'm adjusting and figuring out how I want to do things. I mean, it's easy when I'm using a different medium for each coloring page, but when I decide to use the same medium for multiple pages, these markers, because the way I'm layering them, they're kind of bleeding through, but I'm doing a lot of layers right now just so that I can get this gradient effect. So normally if you just do one color or just one layer of these colors, it doesn't really bleed through. But these are water-based, so if you saturate the paper too much, of course it's going to bleed through. But I mean, the paper in Fantomorphia is pretty nice, so you're going to have to lay out, oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. You're going to have to lay it on pretty thick to get it really, really coming through. So it's just very faint right now. And all of this is from a different coloring page, not the current one I'm doing right now. Oh, and thank you. Yay for getting married. That's definitely not going to get old for a while. Hopefully. That'd be sad. And I mentioned this before, but I am excited about the fact that this new coloring book by Kerby Rosanes is one-sided, because then I can bring out the alcohol-based markers. Possibly. I mean, Jeff isn't... I think he might be in one of my read-along vlogs from a while back when we went to go see Star Wars. And so he might pop up in vlogs like that. But otherwise, he's pretty low-key, and he doesn't really have a strong desire to be on camera. At least not that I'm aware of. As soon as I started this stream, he kind of skedaddled. Because he's like, I'll go start getting some of my stuff ready, and when you're done, just let me know. Yeah, no, I've heard the controversy. I can't even get the word out now. I've heard a lot of the stuff about this coloring book, especially about the fact that it only has so many pages on it, and some of the graphics look like they got cut off in weird places. And I did notice a lot of that too. But I'm like I said, I'm just excited about the fact that it's one-sided and I get to try it. Of course, I'm just excited about anything that Kerby Rosanes does. But yeah, no, I did notice some of the things that people were mentioning, and it does make me feel like this was a little bit rushed, or that they wanted to get more out of one coloring book by breaking it off into two. But overall, I really do like this coloring book. And I'm not sure how far we will get into coloring this page today, but I figured we'd start it, and it's something that we can come back to. And it is one that I do want to try, maybe adding some colored pencil to. So I might lay down a marker base for each of these butterflies, and I might come back with colored pencil to add a little bit more of a layered effect to them. But this is a place to start. I feel like I need to add some pink over here somewhere. Maybe right here. Though I think we are missing part of the butterfly. Because there's only 3. Well, for our honeymoon, we have decided to go to Iceland. So I guess you could call that an adventure, since none of us, because there's more than 2 of us, neither of us have been up there before. And I'm excited to see all of the glaciers and the volcanoes and the geysers. Yep, and the northern lights. We're supposedly supposed to be able to still see them. So hopefully it stops raining long enough for us to actually get a view of the sky. But right now it looks like it's going to be rainy for most of the time that we're there, unfortunately. But we do have a couple days there where we're going to be relaxing and just walking around town, seeing what there is to see. So for me, it's a little bit of both. But we also held off from doing it right away so that we could have that downtime between going off on the honeymoon and the wedding. Because I'm pretty sure we'd be like burned out if we had jumped straight into the honeymoon after the wedding. Because even yesterday we were still crashing because of the roller coasters of things that happened. It's definitely one of those things that people tell you, like, you're just going to want to take a nap and all that kind of stuff, but you don't really understand how draining it is until after you're through it. Which is pretty much true for any kind of big event that you plan. But I think it went off pretty smoothly, given everything that happened. Yeah, that's pretty... We had a hard time getting up the last couple days. It's like, yeah, we still have to go and see some family because they're still in town. Do we really want to move? Moving seems like too much work right now. So we've been taking a lot of naps. That has been happening. Which I think the cats are very thrilled about. They're all 4 naps. And we haven't really been doing anything that involves too much brain power. Because I'm sure we would not be making smart decisions if we did. Very much on autopilot. I'm not going to be dealing with any of those hard choices until after we get back. And by hard choices, I mean where all of the leftover decoration should go. If anybody needs several hundred paper flowers, I have several hundred paper flowers in my basement right now. And quite a bit of random glass jars. People keep on telling me that I should just like sell them on Etsy or something like that. Which totally might be a thing. I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to charge for them. So don't be surprised if, for whatever reason, I have your address because you've sent something to my P.O. box or something like that, if you just get a package of paper flowers. Be like, here, this person seems like they need these right now, because I don't. I mean, I'm probably going to use a few of them to like decorate my bookshelves and things like that. But like I said, I made over 300 paper flowers. I don't think I need that many. And if I do, I guess I can always make more later if I've given too many away. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people on Etsy. I mean, I was never paying attention to the price on Etsy. I was just looking on Etsy for ideas of how to arrange the flowers that I did make. But that's how I got the ideas for like the boutonnieres and all of that. And yes, at some point there might be pictures on my Twitter and Instagram feeds. Maybe a video on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay, I am now back to the blue. And so right now I'm just, each butterfly is getting one primary color, and then I'll probably come back and start mixing and matching. I do have a lot of cake pops and macaroons in my freezer right now, which I am super excited about. Those are my 2 favorite things in the world to eat, which is also very dangerous. It's a good thing those freeze well. Okay, so where do I want to put the next blue? Maybe right here. Kind of like that. But I have a feeling that we're going to be eating leftovers of everything for quite a while. Let's see. I can get this moved so you guys can see what I'm doing down here. Of course I was going to color down here, and now maybe I'm not. Too many choices. So many butterflies. I mean, I guess I could have colored all the butterflies like the same couple of colors. But you know what? We started this way, and I'm okay with that. Let's see. Probably color that one up there blue. Yeah, I'm really enjoying how it's starting to pop a little bit. I was wondering how many people have started coloring in this coloring book. I mean, I've seen several people do like flip throughs, but I don't know if I've seen a completed page yet. Besides what Dee Dee had started on in one of her streams. I have a habit of getting distracted by new coloring books. So I just had to start this one in this stream. I'm like, it's new. It's never been colored in. I need to color. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't really follow any Facebook coloring groups. Maybe I need to go in and stalk a few of those. Or see if anything's showing up on Pinterest yet. Okay. Get some more green on the page. I'll have to look that up, Grace. I didn't realize you had a coloring or a Facebook coloring group. To be honest, I'm not really on Facebook that often anymore. I grew up on Crayola markers, Crayola markers and Crayola crayons. It's one of my go-to brands. I do like their crayons. I mean, given all of the other student grade crayons that you could get, they were by far the best feeling to color with. Unicorns and Serene. I'll have to remember that. I really need to get coloring books with more unicorns in them. Unicorns are one of my favorite mythical creatures. Which is why when I saw that one unicorn with flowers for hair in one of Kerby Rosanes' book, that was like, I'm coloring that, and I'm coloring that now. This is being done. Probably. Yeah, I finished the unicorn one a while back. I mean, it took me forever to do. And I think that was one of my first mixed media pages that I did. I colored a lot of it with Tombows, like I'm doing here. And then I did the actual unicorn part with, I might have used some Stadlers on the flowers too. But the unicorn was colored pencils. And so it had this like mixed media look and feel that I'm probably going to try to emulate in this page right here. In fact, why don't I just like pull that out so I can show you guys. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Yeah, found it. So yeah, this is, I can't, I don't, I'm like, I don't think you can even see that. You're so close. But yeah, this is how my unicorn turned out. So all of these roses are the Tombows and some Stadler markers. I kind of made the rainbow hair. I got really excited about that. And then the unicorn itself and the battle armor, I guess, is all colored pencil. So that is what I'm gonna attempt to do with this page right here, is do all of the butterflies and things and markers and then colored pencils for the skull. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think, oh goodness, I think it's in here. I think, let's double check. Because like I said, I vaguely remember doing the other skull. I just don't remember. Ah, here it is. Okay, so I didn't use the same color. So this is the original skull of Kerby Rosanes that I did. And so I use muted pinks and purples and blues. And then I just did marker for the skull. But this time around, I mean, it's kind of similar, but not. We're gonna run with it. I think it's gonna turn out great. So I just wanted to show you those. Since I keep on referring to them, I'm like, why don't I just actually show them on camera? Whoop! Sorry about that, guys. I keep hitting you with my chair. I mean, every once in a while I get so many coloring pages done, and so I do a completed pages book, or completed pages video. So all of those are in there, but I'm just gonna start showing you on the stream too, because I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Mainly because I'm too lazy to go and pick them up, maybe? I don't even know. It is a great book. I just love Kerby's work. And maybe I'm a little biased that way. Let's see, is there anything else I want to color green? Probably this half-buried guy right here. These are the Tombow brush pens. So on one side they've got the brush, and then on the other side they have a small bullet. But I hardly ever use the bullet. I'm always using the brush tip. Because it's just how I roll. And I just like how it gives it a painterly look when you're using the brush. Because, I mean, you don't get a perfect blend with water-based markers. But, I mean, you get a pretty decent blend. Pull the purples back out. Grab a drink of my tea real quick. Okay, so I'll probably do a few more in purple and then a few more pink, and that might be all that we do for now. And then we'll come back to this one later. This is the first page that I am doing in this coloring book, because I just got it, what was it, maybe a week and a half ago, and this is the first chance I've gotten to actually color in it. So I haven't completed any pages in this book so far. You guys are with me with my first adventure into this book. And Kerby's stuff is one of those that I can sit and I can concentrate on a page for quite a while, but then I have to go and find something a little less detailed to do because it taxes my brain sometimes. But I do love how intricate it is. What's a good place to add? What do we do? Some purple here. And then of course you've got this random snake right here and this random playing card right there. Those are probably some of the objects you need to find. Don't know quite what I want to color those. Maybe this guy out here. And I will have the exact color numbers in the description of this video after I'm done streaming. I've been trying to do that when I'm using markers or colored pencils that actually have the names on them. Been trying to put them in the description as well in case you guys are interested in using some of the same colors or what colors I'm using and missed it while I was streaming. You can go back and just click on the description. Here we go. And then I think I'll use pink. I think I colored the wrong part for that, but you know what? It's fine. It's my coloring book, right? This butterfly's just a little special. I think I was going to color this butterfly pink. Or at least part of it pink. Oops. Using the wrong color first. It's okay. We can make it work. We got this. I'm definitely not perfect when I color in my books. Sometimes I try something and it just doesn't work. Or I'm not paying attention and I don't quite follow what I had in my head, and it usually turns out okay. Kind of alternated which ones. Like I said, sometimes, I don't know. I go rogue on myself. Kind of got a little out of the edges there. That's okay. I can probably come back with a darker color and cover some of that up. Okay, well, I think I am going to stop here for now, and then we can come back to this when I get back. And with that, I heart your beautiful faces. Thank you for joining me. Bye.